Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're about right. Let's do this.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Go. Oh, go.
Hello, everyone. This is Charles.
This is JJ.
And
This is my wife, Tiff.
and we're bringing you another episode of Topadoes Media Junkies.
That's right. Right here.
Right here.
Keeping it real.
Right now.
Straight shooters.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. So, thought we'd come in and talk about something that we didn't really explain at first.
Yes.
The name.
Yes. Why the D?
Why Topadoes in general? What is a Topado?
You may be thinking, what are these idiots don't know how to spell?
Well-
Potato.
Well,
Or
see,
tomato, huh?
what is it? Or maybe it's just a magic word.
Facts.
Facts. That's what we're here to bring. Facts on the name.
Is that what you were thinking, Tiff? These idiots?
So, I've known my friend JJ for quite a while.
Quite a while.
We worked in a grocery store together when we first met.
Yeah.
So, me, being the gentleman and intelligent man I am, could not pronounce either potato or tomato. He was working on both at the time, working in produce. One of the words I kept butchering, I kept calling it Topato. Kept combining the words together, just couldn't say it.
And here we are today.
Now, okay, all right, makes sense. The combined tomato.
You see, you just did it there.
I just did it there. So see, words are very hard.
It was a tomato that you just fucked up on?
Tomato. It's probably both. I'm probably messing up each one after the other. But now, I'm sure you've gone and looked and been like, tomato, potato. I don't see a D in there. Where'd the D come from?
Where'd the D come from?
Spelling's also pretty hard. But also, gives a little more emphasis on the potatoes.
Yeah, think about it.
Topados.
Yeah.
You know?
You're always pronouncing it with the D. Or at least we are.
Yes.
So,
That's what we do.
it rolls off the tongue a little bit easier.
So, that's where the name came from.
All right, putting it on record. Don't need to talk about it anymore.
Yep.
That's
That's it.
Case closed, okay?
If you don't know, come back and know now.
Yes. Point them to this
Only the
episode
real
of the
ones.
explanation. Yeah, the real ones.
Well, no.
That's right.
Our
Topato.
intelligence. Topato.
All right.
Now, back into the actual business of things. Guess we'll start off talking about Horizen Zero Dawn.
I have not played Horizen. That is not going to be something I play too a little bit because I'm going to be stuck in Elden Ring for a while.
You had a whole week, but
I know I had a whole week, but we've talked about this. I don't play games at a like lightning fast pace.
yeah.
Can't beat the game in a week, or even get that far. Really.
Actually, even I didn't even beat it yet. So
Okay. Well, how far have you gotten?
this will be a little brief thing. Just how I feel so far. I've gotten a good way through. I got to a point where the story splits and it's like one of those, you could do it in this order, or this order. So, they give you little options even though it's like, do it whatever order you want. That's level 17, that's level 24, and that's level 25. So, you could do it in whatever order you want if you want to get your ass beat. But there's a bunch of side missions and stuff that you could do, but I've gotten a decent way far. So I'd say probably about a third of the way through.
Okay.
If I'm going to guess, there was a percentage thing that probably would have been smarter to look at before I came here, but...
That's okay.
Now, I am usually one to give things slides on everything. I'm usually a more generous person, and I love to just rate things high even if they're not that great. However, I will say when things are bad, I will call it out. If some things bother me, there's a few things here, but overall, very good experience so far.
Okay.
I'd give the game maybe 7 out of... No, maybe a little higher than that. I played a little more. It's probably an 8. I've given it a 7.5 now, and I'll explain why in a minute. But
Okay.
This is going to be a quick run through since I haven't played the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've only got up to a certain point right now.
Spoiler free or?
I'm going to do spoiler free right now,
Mhm.
as best I can. There might be a few things, but I wouldn't even consider them spoilers.
Okay.
But so far, the story's been great. It picks up only a couple months after the first game, and they kind of right away, just go right into it.
Do you need to have played the DLC?
I didn't get far enough yet to realize if it's that important.
Okay.
Actually, no, you did. You absolutely needed to play the DLC.
Okay.
I take that back immediately since I remember part of the story. But yes, there's a character or person or thing introduced in the DLC that's a major role in this game. Like, he's a major part of it. But if you haven't played the game yet, or if you haven't played the DLC, there's plenty of story recaps on YouTube. I would go watch that, even if you just haven't played the game in a while. It's a good little refresher, because this game will hit you fast and furious with the, hey, it's you, what up, Red? Haven't seen you in a little while. What have you been doing for the last couple months?
Like other characters
yeah.
that you should probably remember.
Yeah, and I recognized a bunch of them right off the bat, but then there was a few that like, hey, how's it going, Red? I'm like, you were in the first game. What did you do again? So then I did go back and watch a recap, but...
and that helped a little bit.
Yeah, it helped out a lot, but you do run into a bunch of other characters. Story so far has been good. It's less now about learning about what happened to the world and more the current ongoing story.
Okay.
Because the first game was more leaning about, hey, how'd this world become like this? It felt like that story of what was going on kind of took a backseat to trying to find out why the hell there was giant robots running around.
And now that you already know that, you can kind of move on and do bigger things.
Now this is what's going on with it.
Overlying story.
That being said, there are introducing things that are like one of those like, whoa, okay, I didn't see it going there. I can't say any more, obviously. No spoilers right now.
Right.
Gameplay just feels like an upgraded version of the first one. There's a few more things that get touched in to like upgrade things. So like if
and you either liked or didn't like it, because it's very what is that called, like menu heavy, right?
Well, they increased or they made the UI a lot better.
Okay.
So like everything looks a lot better now. Also, you didn't even really notice until you played the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Like going back and playing it or going back and look at it, it looks so much better. So even the menu and like certain things.
Oh, the UI specifically. Yeah. Okay.
And they upgraded like ease of life things. So like the when you pick up items and when you pick it up for the first time, if you get a certain amount in your inventory, you can only carry so much. The rest of it goes to your stash back at any settlement that you have explored, or they have little spots called what are they called? Like it's not a hideout, but like it's a little camp that you like random camps that you can find.
The campfires that they had before.
It's not even camp. There's the campfires like normal,
mm-hmm.
but there's spots where they have like your stash and an upgrade bench, and you can upgrade your stuff there. And anything that's sent to your stash that is over, you can go to it and pull stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a button. If you hold square, it'll just restock everything you have.
So at
like
the stash?
Sticks, yeah, at the stash. You just walk up, hold square, and it'll restock anything that you've used.
Oh, like from the excess stuff that you've got
in your stash.
And send it to the stash?
Yeah, no, like the stuff in the stash. Like, let's say I'm missing 5 sticks from my inventory.
Yeah.
If I hold square at the stash, it'll just put the 5 sticks on me.
That you've already collected that went to the stash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything anything that's collected to the stash that you're missing from your inventory. So if I'm missing chill water, if I'm missing some berries, if I'm missing some twigs, all you have to do is hold square and it just gives you all of it.
Well, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's just a quick little easy thing. And there's a lot more verticality in this game. So there's a lot of mountains you can climb up. There were in the first game, and you had to like walk all the way around or try to Skyrim up. Didn't work that great.
Right.
This game added a lot of like climbing. It's not like Zelda where you can climb anything.
Mm-hmm.
There's like spots where it's like, oh, little notches in the hill. You can climb up it, and you also have a glider.
Still designated areas to climb.
Yeah, but it's way more like it's on most surfaces there is climbing spots.
Okay.
And you can glide. It's not like Breath of the Wild either, where you can just go for crazy, but it can get you from the top to the bottom without taking the fall damage.
Oh.
It's just a quick little glide down.
Nice.
And you're good. That being said, that leads into one of my problems. The climbing in this game. It's better than the last game, but I've had so many goddamn problems with this climbing.
What do you mean? What kind of problems?
It's not even the part like in the wild where you're just climbing up to climb up a mountain. I'm fine with that. It's all the jumping puzzles. Like, in any of the games, like, oh, you got to get up to that platform all the way up there, so you got to climb up little things, jump across. There's so many times that, like, I would try to make a jump, wouldn't make the jump. Have to climb all the way back up to that spot, try to make the jump again, miss. And then on the third try, I'd get it, but I would do nothing different.
Let me ask you this. Are you just bad at platformers?
No. No. See, if I was bad at platformers, that'd be fine. And a lot of this is like, some spots you can't even jump forward until things line up for you to jump. So like if you have to jump on a moving arm that's like coming over to you, it won't let you jump forward till that arm's within jumping range. But spots in rooms where it's like you got to make your way up to climb up, there's just a little bit of something fuckery in there, and I've had so many problems, and I don't know why, and it's so aggravating. That being said, out in the wild, you can climb up. I have no problem climbing up things. You climb faster than in the last one, so you move a little quicker when you're getting up, so that's
Thank
better.
God.
And they added little things like there's spots where you can zip line up to.
Okay.
like you have a grappling hook, but you can't use it anywhere. It's just that's a grapple point. You can just use it to.
Yeah.
That's only been my big problem. Like there's been multiple different jumping puzzles that have had this problem, and it's jumping to the same thing. I've done nothing different, but sometimes I'll make it, sometimes I won't. And they made one button configuration that drives me crazy for the jumping also. In normal games, you push X to jump, circle to drop.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, squares to drop, and circles to bounce off backwards.
What?
Off of the wall. So you hit circle, like let's say you climb up a wall and there's a ledge behind you. You hit circle and you'll jump automatically to that. Or wherever your camera's facing. If you hit circle, you kind of leap in that direction.
Yeah.
That should have been square, not circle. I've hit so many times where like, oh, I'm on the ledge. I just want to drop down to where I'm going.
And you
hit circle, and I just leap off the cliff instead. Now, that is my fault.
Okay.
But that shouldn't be like that.
Fair enough.
But that's my only real problem.
So the climbing is the biggest problem.
Yeah, that's my only true problem in the game.
Okay. And do you think the climbing takes up like a good portion of the game or no?
There's lots of puzzles. Like there's a ton of stuff to do in the open world.
Mm-hmm.
A ton of stuff. And there is a good amount of that. Like there's old world ruins that you get like collectibles from, and then there's the store. A lot of story aspect stuff. There's always climbing in the story.
Right.
So a little bit of it's annoying. It's not always bad. Sometimes though you'll run into like a wall. You know, it's just game stuff.
Okay.
But one cool thing is going back to open world.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, you level up, and there's actually like 6 upgrade trees.
Ooh.
There's melee.
That's a little different.
Yeah, there's melee with the warrior, infiltrator for stealth, survival, beastmaster, and trapper. And all of them have different abilities for like, and most of the names give them away. One's melee, one's trapping, your bow and arrow, craftsman is survival. So like, if you upgrade it, you get a certain amount of percentage. Oh, you takes less resources to make stuff. At first, you're looking at it and you're like, wow, that's a lot of skill trees. And I don't know what the max level is, but there's a trophy for getting up to 50. So it's like, wow, doesn't seem like you're going to get a lot of skill points. You're only going to have a few of these.
Mm-hmm.
You get skill points for completing everything in this game, side objective-wise.
Okay.
Beat a side mission. Here's 3 skill points.
Oh, so they'll give you like multiple skill points for one.
Yeah, beat a
thing?
ruin. Here's 2 skill points for you. Here's 1 here, 1 there.
You get a skill point.
Yeah,
you get a skill point.
Everything's giving me skill points. So I'd had times when I was looking and it's like, oh, I got 30 skill points. Let me distribute. And it looks like you'd probably be able to fill out every tree by the end of it. Like if you keep doing everything, you could probably fill out every tree.
Okay.
I can totally
Gonna take you a while, but you can probably do it.
An important thing that I want to tell you, since I've played it and you haven't played it, there are a few tips that I would say that the game is not that great in telling you.
At the beginning?
Yeah. Pushing down on the D-pad gives you a bunch of items that you can use. Your potions, your calling your mount and stuff like that. You can edit that from the menu. Because as you keep unlocking stuff, that thing just gets bigger and bigger, and you hit left and right on the D-pad to cycle through them. And you have to cycle through each one, but you can remove stuff from it. So that way there's only like 3. Like if you only want your healing, your fast travel, and your mount, you can remove everything else and it'll only cycle through those 3.
Okay.
Or if you only want potions on that. That's important. Because I've gotten killed a few times trying to cycle through it.
Yeah, I guess it would always depend on the fight for me, like what I'm going into. Because usually big fights, I would just take everything off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
In
like,
a game that
they
was like
did
that.
make the trapping a little worse in this game. You know how you could put down traps in the last game?
Yeah.
You're limited to how many traps you can put down now.
Oh.
So if you put down like 2 of them, if you put down a third one of the first 2 will break.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
You can upgrade them with this trapping perk, but I think you can get a max of 4 maybe.
I guess they didn't want you to
So you can't
cheese
Bioshock
a whole
it.
area
You can't
anymore.
Bioshock it where you put down a bunch of traps and then just have to run through all of them.
All right. Well, that's fine.
Combat's pretty good still. It's the melee's a little bit better, but you're going to be using a bow mostly, you know, classic Horizen.
Right.
I feel like things hit way harder. I've been 3 hit many a times.
What difficulty are you playing?
I'm playing on normal.
Okay.
Back in the day when I was younger, I had a weird mentality where it's like, I like story, and then I like to play hard. So I'd play on the easiest difficulty, and then go to the hardest difficulty.
Right afterwards?
Yes, right after, which is
quite a stark
very rough,
difference.
yeah. But lately I've just been playing everything on normal, and then if there's a trophy or something, I'll play it on hard.
Because I normally try to play games on like the harder difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, though, I played the first Horizon, the the really hard difficulty, and that was a little rough.
Even on normal, I'm getting my
I was
ass
looking
beat.
at this one, and I was like, I might just do hard instead of very hard.
I would just do hard.
Yeah.
Because even normal, I've actually been, like, some of the bigger things will hit me twice and kill me.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of times where I'm like, wow, is this Dark Souls? That kind of just hit me twice and I'm done already.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. And then level does play a big difference. If you I tried to run into a level 30 Thunderjaw, the big T-Rex from the first game.
Yeah.
I was level 17. I was like, he's only 15 levels higher than me. I'm sure it's not that bad. Just slapped me once and I got destroyed.
One thing I was gonna ask, because this was kind of a concern of mine, the bandit camps. Do they still have those?
Yes, there's a bunch of bandit camps.
And do they work a little better than the last one?
Kind of.
Because the last one you can just show up and be like,
no,
you literally kill everyone before.
No, you can silently take everyone else.
Okay, cool.
Like, you can sneak through the bushes, headshot people. As long as they don't see you do the shot, you could even just, like, pop out of the bush, headshot someone, stay in the same bush until they're kind of looking away, headshot someone else.
Did they change up the, what's the word for it? The style, like, you know, the way that it works, like the bandit camps?
Kind of. It's basically the same. You have to kill everyone. And then it'll clear it. I don't know. Once you take out their boss, the leader,
yeah,
Aloy says something about, like, oh, if I leave, everyone should leave, but I could just stay here and take care of everything. So I don't know if you leave after you kill the guy, it'll just kind of complete it for you.
Okay.
I didn't want to risk leaving and then coming back and everyone was still there. You have to kill everyone there, and that includes machines that are, like, part of the faction.
Okay.
So, like, if anyone has machines with them...
You gotta kill them, too.
I didn't realize at first, so I'm looking around for the last person, I'm like, where the hell is this last person? It was just a robot charger that was in the area.
Oh, okay.
I had to kill them, and then...
Good to know, because that probably would have drove me crazy.
Yeah. Because it wasn't even attacking me, it was just, like, off to the side eating grass, and I'm like, where the hell is this last person? Then I killed it, and it's like, this person's charger. I'm like, oh, okay. So I needed to kill them.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there's tons of side stuff to do on the map, and a lot of sides, like, missions and stuff, which is really cool.
Okay.
But other than that, one little trick I'll tell you, they have the same thing where you got to spend the fast travel packs.
Yeah.
And if you got to buy them, or I think you can only buy them. I didn't see a way to craft them, but I didn't look that hard. There is a spot that you will unlock eventually. I'm not going to name what it is, but it's a very obvious spot, so we'll call it the spot in the story.
Mm-hmm.
There's a spot you get to, and it becomes the spot. Once you unlock that place, you can actually fast travel to that place for free, and then from there, like, you start right next to a campfire, you can go to that campfire and fast travel for free from there.
Oh.
So it's kind of like a cheap. I don't know if they'll eventually patch it out, because you're kind of like cheating it. Like, you're supposed to, like, if you're at a campfire, you can fast travel anywhere.
Okay.
But if you're not at a fast travel spot, it costs a
fast travel to the free spot, and then from there
you can fast travel
campfire.
anywhere. Yeah,
okay.
So you can kind of cheat it.
2-step process, but you know.
And the load times are real quick. So
yeah, so it's really no big deal.
Fun story about that.
Mm-hmm.
When you fast travel, they wanted to have the loading screens with the tips. They're like, yeah, we have nowhere else for this, so we have it. So you have to hit X, like, you fast travel, and then you have to hit X to go through the loading screen.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise it would just be you fast traveled.
Right.
You can actually turn that off in the settings.
Oh.
Like, you can turn off the tip screen, so that way when you fast travel, it's just boom, boom, you're there.
Mm-hmm.
But they have it set to default, because a lot of times when you die or you fast travel, it'll give you actually, like, important tips. Like, I got killed by the Thunderjaw a few times when I tried to fight him, and it's like, oh, by the way, you can do this with a Thunderjaw. You can fight him by shooting this off. If you hit this off of him, you can use it to do this. But if you don't want any of that, you can just get rid of it.
Oh, well, that's nice.
But yeah, so far, it's been a pleasant experience other than jumping. It's been driving me crazy. Like I said, I think about a third of the way through, but I'm enjoying it. I'll probably play a little more. I'm going to try to jump between this and Elden Ring, probably. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to start up Elden Ring. I might focus a little on this first, just to get it done.
Okay.
But I will obviously play some Elden Ring. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but...
Right. I'll be diving very hard into Delvin Ring.
Oh, yeah.
Or Delvin Ring. Elden Ring.
Diving into that Elden.
Yeah, I can't wait. Super excited.
So we'll at least have something to talk about. Moving on, though. Perfect time to move on.
What's going on here? That's a lot of volume. That's a lot of volume.
That's a lot of volume.
Okay.
But moving on. Thing that came up in the news recently, which I'm very looking forward to.
On Tuesday on
the 22nd of 2022.
Yeah.
The Tuesday. We're talking about PSVR 2. I am looking forward to it and finally got to take a look at it.
What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I like it. Matches very well with the system. design-wise.
It looks real sleek.
It'll blend in good with it. It'll look good near it.
Yeah.
They said they made it a little lighter, which the first one wasn't that heavy. It didn't bother me. I got a big base, though, so I don't know. But I didn't have any problem with the weight, but they did lower the weight. And it's just got a nice, sleek design. There are some features, though, built into it, which is amazing.
Right. So we got that OLED screen.
Oh, God. Yes, OLED.
High contrast.
The thing with the first one is there's a thing called screen dooring, for those who don't know. It has like almost like a screen door grid-like look in front of it, as if something's like in front of your eyes and screen. If I'm not mistaken, they said that this should be highly reduced on that, so it will look like you're actually looking, which increases the immersion a lot. And OLEDs always just look great.
Right.
I don't think I've seen an OLED screen that I've hated so far.
It looks
Deeper
great.
blacks, it's going to be great. 2000 by 2040 per eye, I think it said, which very high.
I also think that contrast really matters in immersion.
Oh yeah,
because like, you know, in real life, contrast really can help you with a lot of different things, from depth perception to just time of day.
Yeah.
You know, or even just, I always find like something that Dying Light 2 really did well, and I'm just jumping back to that game, is their lighting system
very
is
good.
so good. Like, I was in a building without your flashlight, feels very real dark.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually very dark. You cannot see.
But it's not like that fake dark where they're doing games. Like, it's like, legitimately, if you walk deep into a building, you're not going to get any light normally.
Yeah.
Like, you watch movies and stuff, and it's like the caves are, like, nicely lit, as if it was, like, there's some kind of light somewhere, but you actually need the flashlight.
Feels a little bit more real that way.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so I think that the OLED and the contrast with
will
that
help with that,
will help. And then the screen door and getting rid of the little freaking crosshatched.
Yeah.
So
and another thing that helps with that, they're putting, instead of foam, a silicone rubber that looks like for your face guard to block out the light and everything. And there's going to be vents in it. A big problem with the first VR, especially with me, I'd breathe through my nose every once in a while without thinking, and it would fog up the glass. According to them, they built this in mind, so that way, one, the heat escapes through the vents, because you don't want to get hot while you're in VR. That's what makes you nauseous a lot. But they're going to get rid of that fogging up of the glass, so you don't have to stop every few seconds, reach in with a cloth, and wipe it off. It's actually going to be vented. Looking forward to that. That's just a simple quality of life that I cannot wait for. Overall, it's going to be a very powerful VR. It's more powerful than most of the stuff that's out right now. And there's some pretty good VR
like
right
the Quest 2 and all
yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
But there's no price date.
No.
There's no release date yet.
Yeah, no. I personally was hoping for 2022. I could easily see them being like early next year.
If it's 2022,
It'll be
I don't think we'll see it until the holiday.
Oh, without a doubt.
I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to start promoting it in the holidays.
I don't know, because what they did with the PS5, they're following a very, very, very similar track. First, they showed like a little teaser of it. Then they showed what it actually looked like. Then they gave a price and date, and then it was later that year. It's following a very similar thing to that.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe E3 time, even though I'm sure Sony won't do E3 again. It seems like they're done with E3. They'll have their own little thing, their own little state of play. I think they'll show it and give a date, and maybe they'll say coming out winter. I don't know if they'll throw a 22 in there. They might just say winter time, so that way it could be winter 22 or January, February of 2023. So that way they can give themselves some wiggle room. But it's gotten to the point now where I don't think PS5s are going to be coming out like the way they want anytime soon. This chip shortages and stuff are just going to keep going, unfortunately.
Right.
So I think they're going to just be like, push it out. We'll have people who do have it, the hardcore fans, they'll probably buy it. And they'll let everyone know how good it is. So when we start getting PS5s out there, we can maybe do some bundles or,
Like PS5 with the VR.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or even like just have reviews and stuff out there. Because might as well if you wait and wait and wait, who knows what might happen. There are things looking really advanced right now. All of a sudden, it could not be that advanced if they keep waiting. But I think that they'll come out with... I want this year. I'm probably leaning towards early next year. They'll probably come out with it.
I think that is a more realistic... unless they're just way more far along than we think they are.
Yeah. I don't want to be realistic. I want to dream.
Yeah.
I want to dream about my twos My beautiful 2, sis.
You-
My VR2.
Your V2.
My V2.
VR2.
But I will be trying to snatch that up day one, so...
Nice.
And for the one thing they haven't announced yet, which looking at you has made me want to say this.
What?
Glasses. I don't know how glasses are going to work.
Oh.
But I've had some friends that actually use glasses on other VRs.
Well...
And they didn't need it. Like, is yours for distance or close?
Distance.
My friend had distance also, and because of the screen dooring one, he needed it for under it. But
Right.
using one of the newer VRs, he said he didn't even need it for some reason.
The glasses?
Yeah,
or...
he didn't need his glasses. I don't know why that worked that way, but
I'll see. I was able to wear the glasses through the regular PlayStation VR.
and you'd have to think they would probably try to make something. For
Yeah,
glasses,
but
like,
I'm not gonna keep my hopes up. My vision's not terrible. It's really meant for keeping me from having headaches, and because like I will eventually get headaches if I don't have my glasses on, and like I definitely can't read things from super far away, and it just helps my vision overall. It's like more of a support than it is like an actual like I can't see
got you.
type thing.
It's like a helper rather than a necessity.
Yeah, at this point I just wear them all the time because it's
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want HD life?
Plus, looking good with those glasses.
Oh, thanks,
looking
bud.
beautiful.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
One thing I will say before we move on, a lot of people are complaining about the one wire. They wanted
VR2,
wireless.
the V2.
Yeah, for the V2.
Okay.
They wanted wireless, which I understand. The Oculus Quest made it very lovely to have a wireless thing. You can get a lot faster data transfer through a wire.
And we already
with the
know
power
that
of
this is more powerful.
Yes, this is way more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And hooked to the PS5's power, they're going to want to get all that power straight to it right away.
Right.
Some people, I mean, I can't speak for everyone. I'm sure there's people out there who have one wire and they're like, this fucking sucks. I didn't mind it too much. I mean, it sucked, but I didn't mind too much even the PSVR 1. It did suck because there was a million wires, but it didn't hold me back when I was having fun.
So
when I got into it, I didn't notice it really.
Notice
Yeah,
it,
I
but
didn't
now
choke
condensed
myself.
down to one wire.
Yeah. I'll handle one wire as long as you keep giving me good quality and performance out of it.
Mm-hmm. Which it looks like what they're striving for this time around.
We talked about this during a few podcasts ago. Eye tracking.
Yeah.
That's going to be
eye tracking.
That's crazy. They're going to have
adaptive triggers.
The controllers themselves, I know they showed them off already, but they look nice.
Yeah.
There was a thing that they talked about why it's circular. It's like their life of the system. They had this whole big spiel about why it was like circle and it followed into the life of the PlayStation Infinity or some nonsense. It's so funny.
Is it Quest that has the circle ones already or no? I know one of the VR sets has the...
I think there's a few that are like
I know
that.
the video that we were just watching, the guy talked about the Knuckles.
Yeah.
That one looks very close to the
That's the
design.
Vive, or no, HTC, I think.
I don't remember which one it was.
Either way. And then there might also be the little symbols, on your controller and the system, there's the little PlayStation symbols in the white.
Yeah.
That's going to supposedly on to be the VR also.
Okay.
Sure. Field of view.
It's a vibe.
Yeah. The field of view is a little less than a normal, or some of the better VRs now. It's 110. Not bad.
What is the normal?
Field of view. I think from 150 to 180 is what I've been seeing. Now, there's a couple that have even like a couple 200s over, but not necessary.
Okay.
But the eye tracking is going to help that, because with the eye tracking, when you look at something, they're going into some crazy technology here, but it'll load stuff that you're looking at with your eyes with a higher quality resolution. So what you're looking at will be higher resolution than the other stuff around it to make the processing easier. So as your eyes look from left to right, like if you look at a lamp, the lamp will be high resolution. The moment your eyes move off to like a toy or something, that resolution will be better, but it'll happen instantaneously, so you won't really notice it.
Well, that's really interesting because that's part of some things that when you think of other games and you have like your field of view in front of you and you get an HD quality picture for everything that's in front of you, right? But when you think about the things that you're looking at in real life, the only thing that your mind really registers as a high definition product is the thing that you're directly looking at, and everything else gets focused out.
Yeah.
So that sounds like they're going for a little bit more of
it'll make
less of
everything
a
run
field
smooth.
of view, but more of a realistic immersion effect for like the I don't even know what to call that.
Yeah.
to like looking
Eye focused.
eye focused rendering. I don't know, something crazy.
It sounds awesome though, and it'll help stuff run smoother. So there could be more enemies around. There could be things will just flow smoother. I'm looking forward to that.
Sounds
And you can
pretty cool.
adjust the distance from the lens to your eye.
I wonder if that'll help with the glasses.
It might, and it also should help, like, if just make things just a little bit crystal clear. The little thing too close, move a little further, a little closer, just get it real crystal.
Okay.
So we'll definitely be keeping.
I'm game.
We'll definitely be keeping notice on this because the moment it's announced, we'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
The moment that it's available, I'll be telling you about it because I'll be having it.
Yeah.
I don't care what I got to do. I'm getting that headset. I'm getting that.
We'll
headset.
be recording this podcast in VR.
I mean. Actually, it might be hard on the PlayStation, but actually,
we could probably get it done.
I do have they allow recording, so
All right, maybe one day.
Yeah, we'll talk more about this as information becomes available. Obviously, now if we got nothing else to talk about, just talk about the big thing coming out that no one else is talking about. No one.
It's weird. I don't see it anywhere.
Haven't heard a word about this Elden Ring game.
What the hell is Elden Ring?
I cannot wait.
It's a long awaited. Yes. I think we're all very excited. I like the way that they set it up. Mm-hmm. I like that they basically gave George R. Martin, like, hey, give us the world. Give us, like, the base of what we're working with, and then we'll kind of tinker, mold.
And we'll do it our way.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool there. He set things up. We don't know exactly what influence he had on the game, but we know that he was the one that kind of laid the blanket down. Mm-hmm. He gave you kind of like what's going on.
He probably gave like an overarching story in the world itself, and they kind of
a lot of the lore. I think he did, and then they kind of created the story characters.
Yeah. All right, let's take your story, chop it up into little bits of information, and spread it everywhere.
Right, and it's pretty cool as like from a creator's standpoint. Like you're now also playing with things. Mm-hmm. It's not just we have to come up with this thing. You've already got the base thing. Now you're kind of playing with the world itself. So it seems like I don't know how it's going to turn out, like story-wise, or like just from what I'm hearing is, from nowhere because it's not on the internet yet.
Yeah, no. No one said it's amazing or anything.
Yeah, no one has said it's amazing already. But basically, I think it's much more of an organic creating process that probably will have come through the actual gameplay.
And all jokings aside, I'm glad to see that everyone is loving it.
Yes.
Because there was that tiny bit of me that's like, oh, the preview was really good. They liked it, but what if it was bad? But
what if?
Apparently that's not even a...
Yeah, so that makes me happy.
I'm hearing all of it. I mean, people always like to jump the horse, but jump the gun? Jump the gun over the horse and say games are game of the year already, but people are like, this is a fucking fantastic game.
I know. I'm super stoked for it. My first playthrough is going to, be a magical one, because I've done the tanky boy, I've done the faith build, I've done dex build for it wasn't Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 1 I did the dex build.
I'm sure Jesse
he does everything. He does them all on every game.
No, he does not do dex build. Only the losers use dex build.
Yeah, but I don't know, dex builds look pretty strong this time around. The dual wielding looks real nice, not gonna lie.
The cool thing with your magic that you want to do, a lot of the weapons have a secondary function that use some kind of magic ability. Oh, yeah. Even just like naturally. So that's nice. Chef's kiss.
Can't wait.
Just being open world, running around with a horse, I cannot wait just to jump through giant air vents 50 feet in the air and then get travel to a new area.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that they changed things up enough where it's like huge. You can get around things, but they keep the classic there. Where all right, here's a giant castle. When you go in, feels like you're playing Dark Souls. Oh, yeah. It looks just like any other place. Walk down a corridor, surprise, hit you from the side.
And if it's too hard, run away and go enjoy the open world.
Yep. Why don't you run like a bitch?
You're a little bitch, Charlie. Come back here. Maybe later.
But I'm just so excited for all the little things you can find. Because they probably sprinkle things everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Just like little caves, monsters,
there was
lore.
A few people saying that even though that they've put like 60 to 100 hours in it, there's things that they've missed.
Which is, I love games. A lot of people complain now. Gamers,
people complain.
The easiest people to please. First, you had games that were, this is a 10, 12-hour game. That's fucking nothing. You might not get my money's worth.
Yeah.
And then they're getting 60, 70-hour games. Why the hell do you guys games this long? I don't have this much time in the day. Make them short.
Can't please everyone.
Can't please these people.
Yeah.
But I think that you should have long games and short games. This is the perfect kind of long game.
Yeah, I think
Stuff to, if you want a long game, stuff to explore, and it's not going to hold your hand, which is what I love. If you go up to something, it's not going to give you a quest mark. It's not going to be like, oh, go get this bread for me over here. You're going to talk to them and be like, I wonder where my daughter is.
Yeah.
Then you're going to travel somewhere probably and be like, hey, I lost my mom. And you're going to, boom.
So-and-so.
Yeah.
This, right over here.
This is who you're looking for. Okay, this makes sense now. That was the same thing with Bloodborne. With Father Gascoigne. He had his music box, which you got from the daughter. She says, "Oh, I'm missing my mom and the daughter."
Oh, yeah, I do remember that whole convoluted thing that I was like, wait, what?
Not part of the story or not part of the main run at all. You didn't even need to do it. But if you got it, it made the fight easier. You play the music box, he's slowed down.
Yeah.
Very well storytelling.
Yeah.
Without having to be like over to someone like, "Hey, let me tell you the story."
Go to this marker over here.
Yeah, right over there. Get them the bread.
No. You're gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah, and I can't wait to. I haven't watched a lot just because I'm trying to stay blackouted.
Right.
Did watch a little bit earlier of just like a quick review. It looks beautiful.
It looks so... Even though it's still running on like an older, I guess, like system that they have. Yeah. It still looks great. It's like not up to par with like
your Horizen,
your next gen stuff going on, but that doesn't take away for how beautiful it actually is right now.
It looks like when they are standing on a cliff looking out at the distance, which they do really well to show you like the distance of like render distance and there's stuff over there, and it gives you a place to like travel to.
Yeah.
It looks like a art piece. Like someone could copy that,
it's a
put it on
living art piece.
Yeah, like a painting, come to life.
Now, real quick, there has been some performance issues on the PC, with some of the frame rates dropping, and I've heard the longer you play, the more you kind of start
stuttering
become noticeable. Where you kind of have to like shut it off and turn it back on. There might be a patch for this coming out in the future. Someone had mentioned it might be in some sort of refreshing problem that's not happening. But I'm very happy to say that apparently the PS5 does not have that issue. Whew. The only issue that you'll get on the PS5 is apparently there are a lot of pop-ins. That can be kind of noticeable.
I mean, they might fix that as well.
With it just being jarring and then it happening, it's kind of like, okay, it's over now.
Yeah.
Not really an issue.
And I don't know if this is from the old gens and what. I've kind of got a little bit of numb to the pop-ins.
Yeah, they don't really bother me that much. I mean...
I've seen some bad ones where it's like a whole building's not there and it pops in.
As long as it doesn't pop in as I'm already at the obstacle, I'm fine.
Like Hunt, when you're walking in and everything is detextured and all of like the whole world's detextured and all of a sudden it's like, wait. Ah, there we go.
It's like waiting for someone to sneeze.
Yeah.
And then, the foot drops and you got spew all over your face already.
And I'm looking forward to see how many weapons and different abilities
I think there's going to be quite a bit. I think there is, I don't remember how many different weapon types, but more than usual, I think. So that'll be kind of fun.
Just exploring everything. I love to explore. That's one thing that like Breath of the Wild got for me. Mm-hmm. Just seeing something in the distance and being like, what is that weird structure over there? And then just running all the way over and then finally getting to it and be like, wow, that little structure, it's a huge-ass building, isn't it?
And that apparently is the magic of Elden Ring, is the discovery and exploration is, from what I'm hearing, the best part of the game so far. Now, if you haven't realized, we're recording this on a Thursday, so the game has not come out, and we're not blessed enough yet to have that early review copy yet. Yeah. So,
in a few hours, we will be playing.
In a few hours, yeah. So if you haven't already put those two together, but y'all are smart, I know you are.
Yeah, big brains.
Big brains over here.
Big wrinkle brains in here. I mean, you wouldn't be listening to us unless you were a big wrinkle brain.
That's exactly right. So, I think that's it. Super excited for Elden Ring. Talked about the Horizen.
Got PSVR 2 coming out.
PSVR 2. I don't think there's really anything else that I have to say. Was there anything you wanted to bring up?
You know what I will say also? Next week, before we record, we will probably be watching, or maybe just after, we will be watching the new Batman movie.
Oh,
it's actually next week as well.
Mm-hmm. March 4th. correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Technically the 3rd.
Oh, yeah, we'll be seeing
It'll be
it on the
Thursday.
3rd.
We're gonna.
Yeah.
Luckily, one thing I love that they're doing with movies, which fits perfectly into our recording schedule.
Yeah.
Things have been coming out on Thursdays now.
Hell yeah.
So we'll probably throw up another short little thing like we did for Uncharted.
Yeah, we'll have a separate podcast review for the Batman.
Hopefully, looking forward to that, too.
I'm so excited for that movie.
It looks good. Looks like a character piece. I think... Pattinson?
Robert Patterson.
Patterson. I always mess up his
name. I think it's What?
Pattinson.
See?
That's why Tiff's here.
Thank you, Tiff. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm probably wrong.
That's okay. We'll go with
It's
it.
right until wrong.
Are you Googling it right now?
I like that they're going for more of a character piece. I think this is supposed to be Batman year... Pattinson.
Okay.
You were right? Okay.
As we knew she was right.
Yeah,
so.
exactly, all along.
This is supposed to... This is supposed to be, I think, year 2 on this in his Batman career.
Right, you talked about that before.
Year 1 is very basic, like, beating up criminals. I'm just becoming Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Year 2, he's been doing it for a little bit. You know, he's been beating people up. Not too many super criminals, but Joker, obviously, looks like he's going to be in this one. Catwoman.
Joker? Or you mean the Riddler?
Riddler. Well, same character.
Like, Joker ain't here yet?
No, Riddler.
Okay.
I don't think they'll try to do a Joker anytime soon.
Not for a while. I don't think they'll do another Joker for a while.
But Riddler looks really good. Given that more psychotic, realistic, like, lunatic,
Actually, like, off his hinges.
psychopath, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to be getting your Jim Carrey, unfortunately, but...
It's okay. That's a different, unhinged.
But yeah, I'm perfect, like, terrorist, like... And then Batman just... I'm loving the scenes of him just beating the crap out of people.
Yeah.
And perfect scare tactics. Beat the first person down so bad and so hard that no one else is going to want to fight.
That's Batman's whole thing.
I mean, he'll send you... He won't
back.
He won't send you to the morgue, but he'll send you to give you a hospital bill you wish you were dead. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Batman, like, after he's done beating people up, he just, throws them over his shoulder and just drops them off at the hospital right at the front, complete with, like, his own handmade, like, handcuffs.
Do you think they must all have crippling debt?
Well, that's why they're all criminals. Because they have so many hospital bills.
Do you think there's insurance for superheroes?
For superheroes?
For people getting beat up by superheroes. Like a criminal insurance.
I think we have a two-pronged plan here, Charlie.
A Batman ass whooping insurance.
So there should be criminal insurance, and there should be superhero insurance that a regular person on the street can
would get
buy.
the villain insurance. Oh, but you even need superhero insurance.
No, yeah, because if
Superman throws your
like,
car
how
at an
many
enemy.
times have they been in the middle of, like, a metro area, and all of a sudden you got freaking Superman over here, like, laser beaming, like,
things
whole
that have
buildings, right? Someone has gotta have gotten hurt there.
Or he throws your car, brand new, fully paid off car, right at Darkseid, just tears it in half.
What are you gonna tell your insurance company? How'd this happen?
I'm telling you, man, there has to be some kind of insurance.
All right.
All right. Superman. That damn Superman. All right. Before we start rambling, I think this is a good place to stop it.
I think so.
We'll
too.
be back next
We're
week.
very
like
close
said.
to going on another tangent there.
That's what we do, baby.
That's what we do. All right. Well, that's it. Get out of here.
Whoa.
I'm telling them to leave, Charlie.
Well, they can't leave until they know where to send us questions.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
If you have any questions or suggestions, please send it to us. Email us, topadosmediajunkies@gmail.com. I loathe to say this, but we'll probably start up a Twitter soon. We'll put a little something so that way you can send us...
Hold on.
We'll try to set up some social media stuff
Twitter.
so that it'll be a little bit easier to message it to us if you don't want to do emails, because, can't be bothered to email.
These fucking boomers having us email them for suggestions.
No, kids. Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying?
God, we
See what I
are
did
the boomers. But that being said...
Goddamn email.
Any questions, anything, let us know if you want to see anything, if you want to know about anything. Also, my boy JJ over here, I gave him my Crunchyroll, so if you guys have any animes to suggest to this man,
let me
I'm
know.
trying to get him a little more cultured.
I'm getting there.
Try to give him some good stuff first. Let's ease him into
Demon
it.
Slayer will be the next one I'm watching.
Yeah, keep the big things out. Like, give us your hidden gems.
I want them hidden gems. Let's go.
All right, though.
Can I tell him to go?
God, you can tell him to leave.
Go on, get out of here.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.
See you next week.